if this goes according to plan, you as the listener will already hear the sounds of an inn in furious operation. The sounds from the kitchen, maybe this would be a good time. This is an editor's note, maybe a clanging sound of some kind. Something in there.
What about like a cappuccino machine?
There's no such thing.
What about
Get that seagull out of here.
God damn you. No, just...
Can I make a smoothie?
It's controlling you in.
It's very important that I establish the scene. It's in the drunken courtier. Okay, now you can do whatever you want.
I didn't know we were this close to a lighthouse.
Boo.
Is that a whale?
Are those dolphins?
This is going well.
Should we just start over at this point?
It's all usable. Okay, wipe.
This is good.
Now you simply explore the space.
All right, is there a kitchen?
Explore the space. No, I mean in a conversational context.
Well, I'm gonna go to the kitchen. Strix goes to the kitchen.
You can do whatever you want
Strix
to.
goes to the kitchen. She's really scared of the lady with the mace.
The
Doesn't
mace
want anything to do with that.
The mace is very large.
Yeah,
The
it is.
handle of the mace, indeed, the entire grip is perhaps the size of Strix.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Jerry, are we maybe in a festive mood? Is it a festive time of year?
It is. What I have, well, Chris Perkins can tell you why there might be a festive atmosphere inside the inn. I thought he had a very good suggestion earlier.
It's Cathrismas coming.
Oh,
That's right.
Chris Perkins, what is Cathrismas exactly?
Well, I would tell you that it has something to do with Cathris. And so I'm going to pass the microphone to Cathris, and he's going to tell you what it means to him.
It doesn't mean anything to me.
That is a lie. You know it.
That is very Cathris.
It means that people try to describe to me why we have rituals.
It was a deeply personal experience, and we have co-opted it.
Functionally speaking, Cathrismas is an event, at least in the pseudo-canon we have generated. It's been something that you, Cathris Draub, in your solitude over hundreds of years, have observed personally.
Yes, it is a time of celebrating no holiday, the absence of holiday.
And what has happened as a doomed practice is that now others have begun to celebrate it also, and they have added ever more elaborate rules to what was a personal, private observation.
These aren't traditions. They didn't exist before. Everybody's just adding stuff onto the top.
What
I
was
think
a void
Evelyn
is
at this
now an
point comes
anti-void.
skipping by singing Christmas time, Christmas time. We all love Christmas time when we share our hugs and kisses and we make the Christmas wishes and we light the Christmas candles and we.
She just routinely mispronounces it.
Yeah, but she's making up like 5 traditions every verse.
Yeah.
She's adding on.
All of which must be observed.
Yes.
Every time Strix leaves the kitchen and she's doing that, she just turns right around. just like whoop.
Too much.
Yeah.
Rosie comes up to Cathris at some point and will say, like, you're right, I shouldn't have told anyone about Cathris. I'm really sorry.
They just missed the point, and they like to celebrate, and I feel like that's what they really wanted to do.
I love to celebrate!
Which is fine, but this was my time to celebrate not doing that. Yes. Thank you, voice from the inn somewhere.
As he's saying this, like Paulton, like just drunkenly stumbles to Cathris, like, "Hey man, I want you to know this holiday that you've chosen to share with everybody is a wonderful thing. I love all the traditions. It's very nice and well thought out. This is definitely a great established holiday." And then he just like slams and hits the floor.
Walnut comes over with a form in her hand, and she goes, "Can I please get that in writing? I really need to send that to head office that this is going well. I need Omen to know. It's really important that Omen knows this is going well." And I take his hand, his drunken, passed out hand, and start signing it for him.
He like wakes up and just like slaps the paper out of your hand.
I'm like, "Too late.
And then just
This is legally binding."
He moved his hand. It counts.
shit, got me.
It's signed Paul.
Paul.
Paul, who's Paul?
During those shenanigans, as a means of getting ready for the celebration, imagine people were decorating around the inn and the like.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of opportunities
Right.
for festive laurels, maybe.
Yeah, Dieth is no good at that. I imagine Evelyn has probably already taken the brunt of most of that. So
He's
Dieth,
like putting stuff up, and she'll like secretly behind him take it down and fix it.
Yeah.
And then,
What kind of stuff are you putting up? Like, what is a Christmas decoration?
Mangers
it?
everywhere. It's like tons of mangers.
Dieth's not even entirely sure. There's probably like brightly, kind of like scraps of cloth, not necessarily like cleanly cut to be decorative, but just shreds that were available. And we're just kind of putting that up.
Garbage?
Yeah. But bright colored garbage. So like it looks
Festive
nice when
trash.
hung up. Yes.
Yeah.
And Dieth not knowing where to even like really put things or what even works and just kind of gives up. He's decided like his contribution would be to ration out the supplies and divvy it up and be like, okay, you guys can handle these. He brought stuff to Evelyn, who took it right away, and then he like grabs like another small wooden, like almost apple crate of additional scraps of cloth and maybe some shards of glass that could probably reflect light.
The traditional glass shards.
Yeah.
It's probably stuff that Strix already had.
Yeah.
It's it's stuff the way that a snail might leave a trail of mucus.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's simply treasures that emerge in Strix's wake as
Yeah.
she travels naturally.
Yeah.
Maybe like the shedded skin of a spider or something.
Yeah.
He'll take like a small crate of that and bring it over to Donar and just be like, here you go, buddy.
Spider shavings.
Yeah.
it's got a label on it that says spider shavings for Christmas.
Do not open till Christmas.
There's an empty jar that on the outside it says, "I wish this was filled with eyeballs." Sad face.
Oh no.
Rosie, that like Strix has been leaving these notes around passive aggressively for months. Like just whenever she comes to visit, she's leaving these friggin' notes around. And Rosie has started checking on her jar of eyeballs like every hour.
Counting.
Yes, making sure she knows exactly how many eyeballs are in there, and she will know if one is missing.
Dieth,
So far, no.
Dieth brings a crate over to Donar and just like, all right, be really careful with the glass. Some of it might still be sharp.
That's tough but fair. And I'll just stand there and hold this box for a minute. I want to walk over to Cthulhu. Note for the listeners. So we're recording this way in the past. I'm going to make some assumptions between now and when this was released on some things that happened.
Sure, okay.
So I go over to Cthulhu and I say, I never got to thank you for those, like when we met we had to fight that god. And, it was my fault. Like I did some things wrong and they took it out on you. And I never got to thank you, but thank you for dying for my sin. And I'm glad you're back.
That's not,
This seems like the right time to celebrate.
That's one interpretation. But I think I'm just a person with some knowledge to share. And that's all, basically.
That's what a Messiah would say. Yes, thank you.
Rosie also, as she hears this, and she's like, and I wanted to apologize that it took us 3 days to resurrect you.
It was a tough lie.
We could have gotten to that a lot faster.
Was it musty in that cave?
Yes, very.
Yeah.
Evelyn pops up and she's like, but let's remember that the true meaning of Cthulhu is Lathander. The light of the morning Lord shining upon us, even in the hour of our darkest need.
Strix opens the door to the cage and says, "I thought it was presents." And closes it.
Paulton goes to Cthulhu. He's like, I appreciate the concept of you, but like, I don't think anyone can prove you exist. So,
Oh, doubting Paulton.
Look at my scars.
Gaze ye.
Right. Look at these holes. Here, also here. This one, the big one over
Dude,
here.
Cthulhu
big one
would
there, yeah.
get so into that. If Paulton said this to Cthulhu, that no one can prove that he exists, like Cthulhu's eyes would, all
Yeah.
25,000 of them would just like suddenly turn inward. Like, can they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he would have to get comfortable with that idea. It's like, you can't prove any of this is real, but since I can't, and it seems to hang together, let's just do what we can with this space.
partway through like his talking, Paulton's already like walked off. He's just like, well, I opened the can of worms.
It may not matter. It may not matter to Cthulhu. I suspect it'll continue.
It's right, just proof in one column or the other. It's like, okay, could mean don't exist. You just wandered away, as if I wasn't here.
Oh my God.
If he gets a Cthulhu card, does that prove he exists?
Oof.
Wow.
I don't know. That's like empirical. It's, the plural of anecdote is not data. So that's what I like to say.
So,
Whoa.
do the pies
All right.
that Strix is baking in the kitchen, are they burning or do they smell good? Should I guess?
You should roll.
I don't. Oh, I guess I'll roll. Okay. What's the DC check here?
You just roll, and I'll tell you if something terrible happens. They are.
What's the roll?
It's a
For the
9.
podcast.
But I'm proficient in pie baking.
Proficient.
Oh,
Super
yeah.
proficient.
I should get a skill bonus to that.
At
Wouldn't
least
that be
3.
like survival?
Check your character.
History?
She makes pie. Yeah, these are survival pies, like a Cliff Bar.
Yeah. No, but actually, no. This is adding my skill,
Absolutely.
bonus.
Yeah.
So-
This roll of a 9
13.
plus your bonus means that you can make an edible pie.
Okay, it's 13.
It's not toxic.
Okay, good. For once.
There's no spores of any kind growing on there, unless it's a spore pie.
So it smells good.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's something that someone would want to eat
spore
on
pie.
purpose.
Okay,
oh,
great.
Yeah.
So I bring out the first pie, and I put a bunch of little candy eyes in it for Christmas. So it's just covered in little tiny red candy eyes. And I put it down, and they're like, everyone, here's the Christmas pie, I guess. I don't know.
When she brings it out, if not even sure if anyone notices, but Diaz right away like is super eager for it, but doesn't want to be the first person that
no.
cuts the pie and takes the first piece. So he just is always looking over his shoulder, be like, "Is anyone else do it yet? Is it okay for me to do it yet? Is anyone?"
There's a tradition that before the first piece of Christmas pie, we have to sing the Christmas carol. Paulton, did you finish writing it yet?
Yes, all rise for your Christmas national anthem.
Evelyn places both hands on her heart.
Paulton takes out his mandolin. He's just like, wait, shit, I had something. Hold on. Wait, no, I have it on my. He's like, wait, no, phones aren't a thing. Okay. He plays a chord. He's like hands it back to you.
Christmas time.
Yeah. And
Christmas pie.
Pie, yeah. We
Say our thanks.
Thanks, dude.
So we don't be rude.
Dude, even though you may or may not exist.
Amen.
Yes.
We do not know how many eyes they have, so we make the pies they have.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hallelujah.
And Strix already has a piece ready for Dieth and gives it to him.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. That tension.
The tension was. She already knew. She was like, here. And then she just sets it down on the table. It's all cut perfectly with a perfect piece for everyone. It's like the only neat thing she can do.
Is this baking? Nice.
Yeah, and it's very good.
Dinar takes the whole pie.
Yeah.
Dieth gets the
Well,
first
he's mad
slice.
about that. I just take a slice out of. These are personal pies, I'm assuming.
If he tries to do that, Strix is just like, no, that's not, no, that's for everyone. You have to share.
Does he take it up to his room?
Tries, yeah.
Strix is like pulling it from everyone has to share. These are our pie. This is for what? This
This is not
This
enough
isn't the
calories.
Christmas spirit.
The true meaning of Christmas would be make everyone a pie.
No, it's a big pie. It's not for. I
A
know
big boy.
Everyone here is co-opting my brand. You have invented a god, and that is my issue with these forces.
Ooh.
Yeah.
If we made a god, does that mean it gets more powerful the more we talk about it?
It shouldn't work that way, but I know that it does for some.
Yeah, dude, they're intruding on your IP. You could take action on that, man.
Legal action. I
Yeah.
can help you with that.
Yeah, you could.
Her eyes light up.
And I pitched this, so I get 10%.
That's true.
You can have 90% for all I care.
Gosh, wow, that's
You can have 90%.
at least 10 more than what I said.
I'm upset at this. I stalk up to my room to study, and then I come right back down. My room is empty. All of these decorations, this was just stuff that I owned. That wasn't a storage room. I lived in there.
After hearing that, Diaz looks at one of the crate that he's about to bring over to Rosie, and then looks over at Evil and is like, "Where did you get these?"
Christmas is made out of Cthulhu stuff.
Isn't that what the tradition is?
I thought you said you found this in a closet.
It looked like a closet to me.
I think it was a closet at one point.
I'm gonna be honest. I only put a little bit of his hair in the pie.
Evelyn's
No. Dinar confirms, yeah. Just enough.
Just eating it
Just
all.
enough.
It's gone.
No, it's good.
You
It's
broke
good.
all of his Staffordshire sculptures to make the glass.
It's like saffron. You don't go too heavy on it.
Yeah, no.
It's just like a garnish on top.
Denard goes
You
over
don't need that.
to Cthulhu and just says, you seem upset, buddy, but remember, after we fought the god, and Denard places his left hand, which has this awesome future techno glove. Remember when we fought the Technomancer, and I got this awesome gauntlet afterwards, and it shoots lasers?
Yeah.
And it does like
What's a laser?
D8? Oh, I'll show you.
Oh,
Does it 88?
That was a great battle. Why are you so
Of course,
upset?
I remember you asphyxiated Tiamat with it. Just
Yeah.
each neck in turn, you just went.
We've had great adventures together. I don't understand why you're so upset.
I think these people are barmy, so I'm gonna go back to the kitchen.
Where things make sense.
Yeah, where things make sense.
Evelyn goes and sits on the floor cross-legged next to wherever Rosie is and is like, Rosie, I bet you've seen a lot of Christmases.
This is the second one, and it is wildly different from the first one.
But you've
in every
seen so
respect.
many Christmases. I bet you have so many Christmas stories. Will you tell me a Christmas story?
Oh, of course. I would love to.
Does it have a good moral to it? And a hero?
Yep.
In the tradition of
In the
everything I
tradition
hold dear.
Of Christmas. Yes, gather round.
I am gathered.
And I will cook. Okay. Okay. So, the story of the first Christmas by Cthulhu Draub.
All hail.
What? Once there was nothing at all, and then there were other things, but the nothing still mattered more to me, Cthulhu Draub, and I longed for it, and then my friends ruined all of it, and now I am so surrounded by people, and it is nothing like what I had hoped for in my very old age.
Oh, that's my favorite Christmas story.
Love, Cthulhu Draub, and friends.
I wouldn't say that, and I'm wiping. I don't sound like that.
During
That's not-
this story, I'd imagine Dieth had, again, with other creative Cthulhu's stuff for decorations, has actually brought
property.
some over to Walnut at this point, but they both have the same face, listening to this story of just, we're both like listening, and Dieth's just like, this is bullshit.
Well, I guess on this we agree.
I'm glad we could finally agree on something.
It's true. I don't celebrate holidays outside of my order, and certainly not this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care either, but it makes Evelyn happy.
Christmas!
Strix gets to make pies. Paulton gets to drink, and it's acceptable around this time of year, but
I guess distractions have their place.
I think Rosie would try to just walk past here and throw a wrench into things and be like, hey, Walnut, do you think Omen got his invitation to Christmas?
Well, I sent him several, so I'm sure he's due to arrive any minute now. And she's like, you've noticed that actually she's been looking at the window like every 5 seconds.
It would be rude if he didn't.
No, I'm sure he's busy. He's got so much stuff that he's doing.
yeah, if I had to guess, he probably already decided that you're not important enough.
Strix opens the door from the kitchen and is like, snap!
for the podcast listeners, my mouth is agape.
That's not. He's written to me before.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was nice. They're laminated.
Yeah, well,
Oh, that's weird.
I'm sure it was nice. I'm sure it felt good, but I have to ask, like, when he wrote to you, was it because he needed something from you, or was he just trying to talk to you?
He did need something very important
Right,
for me.
it's always because he needs something.
Well, I'm here to provide as a employee of Acquisitions Incorporated. I don't know if you remember. Walnut Dongrass documents are ranked too.
Yeah, I remember.
Right.
I hope at some point that you can see value within yourself that isn't in service to another.
No, he cut right to the core of
Like, we're done, guys. That's the whole thing.
Another scene, Paulton's cutting the pie real deep down the middle
into the table.
into the table,
through the table splits into
through the laminate. Yeah.
Strix comes up and is like, you broke my pie pan. That's my staff.
Now you have. Now you have two.
Does anyone
Third
have
eye.
mending?
I do mend it. I mend.
Thank you.
All hail Cthulhu.
Another miracle.
No. You don't get to contextualize very boring magic as miracles
Hey,
on this day.
I can't fix things. I'll turn the pie pan back into my staff and be like, yay!
See, why is that not a miracle? I was impressed.
Because you didn't do it.
Wait, does anyone want another pie?
I go in the
Sorry.
kitchen. I'm gonna go in the kitchen.
Wait, no, but that's my kitchen. I follow.
It's actually not your kitchen, right?
It's actually my kitchen.
Every kitchen is my kitchen.
This might work. So you follow Strix. You want to escape the revelry engine that's currently in operation in the great room.
Yeah, and I'll say that people just want to celebrate. They don't need a holiday to do it. They should just do it if they want to. They don't need an excuse. Here, within the space of an hour, they have invented a figure to celebrate. And that's the entire thesis.
Dad, to be honest, I just celebrate waking up every day because you could just die any day.
You can.
Right. Which
I
you
just
could
pass out.
Also celebrate.
You're not in here, Paulton.
I mean, yes, I am. I am now.
He's just in there.
He is
behind
in
the
there now.
I'm just like,
You're in there
I'm in here.
drinking.
I'm just, no, the conversation here was a lot more interesting, so I inserted myself. What up?
Hi, Paulton.
Hey,
Hello.
I agree. You don't need a reason to celebrate. You just, the reason to celebrate is wanting to celebrate, which is, or like drowning sadness, man. Whatever you need. I believe in you. We all do. And that's the meaning of Cthulhu.
Why drown your sadness when you could drown in sadness? And just experience it and just steep in it and think about it. And maybe write a paper.
Paulton like puts his head in his hands. He's just like, oh fuck. This is why he's the meaning of Cthulhu. He's so wise.
Strix is like starting, she like turns her staff back into a pie pan and just starts making another pie. She's just like, I don't know, I can't deal with this. But she's like, Cthulhu, maybe, have you ever met a power before?
A power.
Yeah, like a god?
I've met beings that say that they're gods, but I've not met.
But they're not really gods, because anyone can become a god. It's just like, you roll over one day and you're like, I just want to become a god. That'd be great. And then you just, find a way to do it and maybe eat another god or something, and then you become a god, right?
But then we don't know why. We don't know why any of this exists. If everybody just ascends, what was the first instance?
Why does it exist? So that we can feel things like sadness and feel things like Cthulhu.
Rosie enters the kitchen. She doesn't say anything, but she opens the oven where she has tentacle-shaped rolls filled with jam.
Where do those come from?
Yeah, they've just finished baking. They look amazing. They have little suckers on them that are intimately crafted. She offers you the first one. You can break it open. Red jam will pour out of it.
I say, this is a delicious outrage. How dare you?
Which is exactly the reaction she was hoping for. And she trucks the rest of them, and she gives Strix sort of a half dark but half curious look because the pie situation was really rough, but the pie turned out delicious. And she knows that there's a lot of non-organic ingredients that are going into these pies, but can't help loving that flavor, So she's learning. She hates it, but she's learning.
Strix sees these like perfect little pastries, and they're just so like lovely and good looking that like you've never seen her like bristle. But Strix is just like
It's like a cat. Like their back arch.
Rosie will offer one to Strix. Try it.
she takes it so like it's on fire.
There's no hair in it.
I know, but she's just like
But there could be.
There could be.
like it makes it.
Say the
better.
word.
And she like tastes it. She's like, sorry.
Evelyn pokes her head in and she's like, is it time for the Christmas bake-off?
She's like,
Dinar comes in, is it?
It's just following me.
You're ready to judge.
We're all in the kitchen.
Now everyone is in the kitchen.
Walnut Diaz, come in the kitchen.
And the kitchen is not large. I must emphasize this is a small country inn. The kitchen is designed for perhaps one elf and one halfling to function.
Perfect.
now
Everyone
there's
get
a
it.
dragonborn.
Evelyn's like flying above everyone with her flying boots, making a song about the Christmas bake-off.
While they're all in there, I want to hop back to the Dieth Walnut conversation.
Yeah,
because I
absolutely.
imagine that wackiness is
Oh yeah,
happening
I was going to say
concurrently.
finally. I think finally the rest of this situation has moved away. There may be an opportunity for something approximating an authentic conversation.
Yeah, Walnut
Yeah.
is shook
Yeah.
from your previous comment.
And Dieth kind of sees that and actually like almost regrets a little bit and looks back at Wallet and he says, "I'm sorry, I did not mean to say that as mean to like cut or belittle you because we've done things before. Like I've seen the way that you fight. You're so powerful. It's incredible. And I've heard the stories. I've heard from others about the people that you care about and what you've been through, and that's important. So I just think you need to know that you are important just by yourself, and people value you for you. If you wish to serve Omen, that's great. That makes you happy, sure. But I think you should know that you don't need that or him to have value."
There was a time in my life where I did not have purpose, and Acquisitions Inc. was that for me. And I can't lightly forget that. And Omen made that possible, and I'm in his debt.
Yeah, asshole.
So Jerry, how many levels of Documenter are there?
Yeah, look, this is the future.
This is the future. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, well, I'm rank 5 now. No.
Yeah.
But so she looks at him, and now she's like a little taken aback that she revealed anything of herself to him. And she goes, "Truly, why do you hate Omen so much?"
Ooh. Dieth, I can't speak for a little bit because 8 billion things rush to his head at once. He doesn't know which one to start with. And he'll just say, "Because I grew up in Waterdeep. I wasn't born there, but it is where I grew up. It wasn't super pleasant. And through those times, I got to learn about all kinds of different people. And it's because of that I know exactly the kind of person that Omen Drawn is. And I know the kind of person that he pretends to be and what everyone sees. He's the kind of guy who, through whatever means, as long as he gets what he wants, that's okay. Whatever it means, destroying property or taking whatever he wants or stealing from others or using other people's lives. The kind of guy who would purchase a child for labor because it was cost efficient." Ooh. And that's just...
You gonna be okay, Jerry?
This is rad, yeah, of course.
For the podcast, Jerry is literally grinning like a maniac and rubbing his hands together.
Oh, I am actually doing that.
Walnut doesn't really know what to do with that information. And she goes, "There must be some mistake."
Well, or there's a good chance we're both right.
And that's the meaning
Anyway.
of catharsis.
Yeah.
Let me go get you one of them tentacle thingies.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
And Dieth will go off and get like a treat to bring to her. Not as like a sort of peace offering, but it's a means to sort of like kind of smooth out that kind of
Rosie made a
tension.
special one for Walnut that looks like it is made of gravel and just flavorless.
Grape nuts.
Yeah, like a lot of nuts, a lot of herbs.
Very abrasive.
Yeah.
Dieth comes back and is like, "I just found a patch of grass." I guess.
Oh, yeah. And Walnut goes, "Oh, here, I have something for you." And she pulls out what looks like a 3-day-old good berry that's like half smashed. And she's like, "This is for you."
Oh my God! Yay!
Ripe.
Ripe.
Rich.
Yeah, if Strix sees Dieth come into the kitchen to take a pastry that's not hers, she's like, she just like starts hyperventilating, like looking at Rosie and then at the little tentacle things and like back at Dieth and then back at her pie, and she just is like standing there shaking.
Paulton's gonna walk out and he's actually gonna approach Walnut, be like, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?"
Sure.
All right, cool. There's just something I want. Wait, hold on. And he you see him just kind of like turn 90, just looking directly at camera. He's like, "Is this pre or post Waffles Inc.? I can't remember."
Oh, it's gonna be post.
It's post? All right, cool. And he's just like, "These time skips are so damn confusing." Okay. I know that you and me are definitely the stubborn character archetype.
I'm not stubborn.
Me neither. I'm just told that. You know? Like,
People keep saying it, and I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just at a certain point when enough people say you gotta like start doubting yourself and wonder, is that really me? But anyway, I know that you and me, we butted heads in the few interactions we've had, but I get it. And I respect your perseverance. It's something I see in myself. It's very admirable. And it was especially admirable when you came to and gave me the ring when I asked for it last time, and I really appreciate that. So
That's interesting. I
thank
remember
you
it
so
very
much.
vividly.
It's like we'll talk more soon, but and you just like finger guns away, and like backs out of the
You
shop.
don't even need our help to destroy the multiverse.
Yeah,
You have this well in hand, apparently.
it's true.
Rosie has this tray. She's bringing out these plates filled with these tentacle pastries. She comes to you, Paulton, and she offers the plate, but before you can grab it, she pulls it away. She says, "I noticed you're not wearing my sweater that I gave you.
Whoa.
I made it for you last Christmas. I mean, if there's one day a year that I would hope you'd want to wear it, it would be today."
What
Simon's not
sweater?
even wearing the sweater that I made for him, which is especially shocking.
Sweater.
Back in the Waffle House, there is a sweater
In a drawer.
in Waffles' nest.
Oh.
that
All sort of
Strix is
pulled
stuffed-
apart.
That is Strix is stuffed with leaves that has been turned into a toy.
A dolly.
A toy. Yeah. So pan over there, and it's just got bite marks and drool and blood on it.
I was just like sweater. Last Cthulhu. This is. This is my first Cthulhu. I'm learning all the ritual. Wait. I got. Shoot. It's like this is so embarrassing. God. Okay.
He was really blasted last year, huh?
Yeah.
It's like
That reminds me, we need to do our name draw for this year.
Oh yeah, that's true. We do, of course. The name draw, the Christmas name draw.
Yeah.
as is tradition, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and I have luckily baked all of these tentacle pastries with the name inside.
Oh, you did it. It's a new tradition.
So mad about this. Now there's a game with the pastries. She's just standing outside the kitchen, just holding like her pie, and it's just like really sad looking. And she's like shaking.
No,
like,
it's like the roof of the pie is just slowly deflating.
yeah.
No. I
She
don't wanna bake
she just sets it down, and then you just see her crawl under a table.
The top of the pie, the crust, is now in contact with the filling. This is not a drill.
Oh no.
No, she was too anxious and upset to make a good pie after seeing the beautiful pastries Rosie made.
Well, and now
Beautiful, disturbing pastries.
but now Rosie's pastries also have some kind of arg in them.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. I think that Rosie would look at the pie and look at Strix and then look at Dinar and be like,
I'm going to tell me twice. Yeah, then I would eat the entire thing. As a
well, making
living,
unbroken eye contact.
living garbage disposal. Like,
What does that process look like? Because
Well,
he's got a massive body
human
and a
pie,
huge craw. Yeah,
is like a little hostess treat.
Yeah,
historically,
exactly.
Typically, right? Yeah. So
it's like a ho-ho.
It would be that, and then starting to chew on the pie tin.
That's my staff.
It's great. No, great job.
She's like, I'm glad you liked it. It makes me feel better, but I need that. Please.
Just a couple nibbles
Please,
with
please.
that beak.
It's like scraping the top teeth just to get all the
I need that.
No, you did good.
No, I need that.
How many more compliments can I give you? It's great.
She's gonna just polymorph it into a cauldron. So now it's like a giant, heavy cauldron.
It just keeps getting better.
Nothing in it. And it's heavy.
Now it's like a hat.
Yeah.
No,
Does it fall in?
don't
Yeah.
put it on your head.
This is the greatest day of my life. Thank you, Cthulhu.
Is that from inside the cauldron?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like echo. The sound just emerges from the bottom.
Strix can't even reach it. She's like, no, I need it, please.
It's too high.
yeah, she's just following him around now, going, no, I need it.
You're doing Cthulhu's work. This is amazing.
I've retired under the table where you were
where I got up,
trying to
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And I'm just meditating. I'm just muttering.
so you two have both gotten your pastries with your names in them.
Okay, but here's the weird thing. When Walnut bit into her pastry, there were 3 slips of paper, and they all had Dinar's name on them.
As we all start eating our pastries, every single pastry has at least one slip of paper, and all of them say Dinar.
So Dinar is like, I got exactly who I wanted. I got my favorite person.
Rosie's so upset.
Hijacked.
This is not what I put into these pastries.
No, wait. And I'd come up and I'd be like, the tradition, it's being established as we perform it.
Yes.
The tradition is now that we do a name exchange, and Dinar is also the recipient of each person's gift as well.
Yes.
So there's 2 gifts, one for your Secret Santa and one for Dinar. That's how it
So
works.
says Kithris, and so shall it be.
So shall it be.
No. Wait.
Thank you, my lord.
Strix is like, are you
bows-
God yet? Do you
He
feel more
bows
powerful?
deeply.
I feel a little bit more powerful, but that's hubris.
Maybe that's all it is, Kithris. Maybe it's just hubris.
And that's the meaning of Kithrismas.
I think it is. I think it is. You guys are having so many breakthroughs and you're ignoring them.
Evelyn is going around hanging the traditional thistle mow, which, as you know, when you stand
Thistle
below
mow?
it, yes, you're supposed to give a warm hug to whoever you're standing under it with.
Aww.
That's
Yeah.
sweet.
She hangs one above Strix specifically,
So
and
this
then
is-
gives
this
her
is-
a warm hug.
So this is like the ship engine.
Yeah,
You've manufactured a device that creates and exports fully formed ships.
but it's not like she's not doing it like, oh, here we'll put one here and one here. She's literally like,
Just holding it on top of people.
no, she's like grid creating the room so that's like you almost can't not stand
Yeah.
under it because
You
Oh,
can't
watch
move
me.
without hugging someone.
so Dieth is starting to like edge between.
Yeah, the
each
way
of
he's
them.
moving through, like you'd swear it's like him practicing uncanny dodges.
Yeah.
It's just like dodging lasers more or less going
Just
through it. It's
Mission
like,
Impossible.
Yeah, he's like, I know Evelyn's game.
I'm not hugging anybody.
Yeah. Good
And
try.
Evelyn's just hugging Strix really tight and looking meaningfully at Dieth.
Strix says it's like, when you hug someone who's just totally limp. So she just has like her arms this side and her head like this. She's just like getting squeezed, like, because Evelyn's really strong. So she's getting squeezed like really hard. And she's just like, ow.
Just like
Ow.
play dead, maybe she'll go away.
yeah, like a dead lizard.
Defense mechanism, right?
And then once, does Evelyn ever stop?
Not until Strix makes her, probably.
Okay, she turns into rats.
Another miracle.
Evelyn looks downcast, but then she has like 10 more of these thistlemow sprigs, and she just like smiles and starts going about the room doing that secretly to try to make more and more hug spaces.
I imagine at the same time, everyone forgot about decorating, so Diaz took it upon himself, so it's done very poorly.
A lot of
looks
rags,
great.
a lot of
Yeah.
glass.
Like, just kind of grabbing a handful of stuff and just tossing it out and be like, all right.
Kithris' toothbrush.
The kind of stuff that Kithris would have in his room is like, it is garbage for sure, but also like a lot of books, like really not colorful ones either.
Yeah.
But they're being displayed as
No,
fan.
no, we're talking about like ancient, like 1,000-year-old books
Yes.
stuffed with forbidden knowledge, just strewn about
Yeah.
the great room.
Yeah.
Or wrapped up in paper with a tag that says Dinar.
Just like nailing them to the
Oh
wall.
yeah. While you hum a light tune.
Yeah. The whole room takes like a very strong occult vibe. Like, it's not
Yes, 'cause it's
festive at all.
it's
It's getting
pages of-
really weird.
Of like the Tetranonomicon too. It's like these like sketches of like these
Ooh.
bloody
Yeah.
handprints that
Start
are all
painting the walls
yes,
black.
Yes.
I like it. Strix will turn her staff into her. She has a green ink quill pen that does magic ink everywhere, and
For
she just
signs.
and she just starts like drawing symbols on the wall, and she's like, "I love this. This is my aesthetic," and she just like starts drawing like weird things
Well,
and like
demons will never get in here now.
writing like an infernal, and then
never
this one
leave.
says that I like Kithrismas, an infernal. You like that?
What level of documenter are you?
I don't know. I just speak the devil words.
Oh, all right. Well, that's good too.
As Walnut's talking from behind, she gets like majorly squeezed from Evelyn. She's like, "You're under the thistle mow!"
I can't believe it. Oh, no. I
Great.
can feel that on my skin.
And
Merry Kithris!
she weasels her way out.
As a weasel?
Does she wheezy out?
Oh yeah, no, she turns into a weasel. Exactly.
That happens every time.
She scampers away, and she's just like all tense, like a very little anxious weasel.
Do you do you emerge from the bottom of the hug or the top? Like how do you
No, she just
bust
like
out?
she just drops like a little brick
Right. So it is about this time that Prophetess Drawn, the proprietor of the Drawn and Courtier, returns in the front door with baskets of produce and items that are required for the running of a non-occult inn. And as she pops in, she says, "I want this to look something like the Drawn and Courtier again in an hour." And she turns on her heel and walks away.